Okay guys, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So in this video, I'd like to teach you guys about how to take the data from API and apply it on your Flutter application. And the result of these applications will be like this. So on the homepage, there will be one list view, and each item of the list view, uh, there will be an image on the left side, and title and the authors of the news on the right side. So this application is about news, but uh, this you can change by your own ideas, whether you want to make uh, receipt apps, like you take the API receipt API, food receipt API, or any else. The importance is the data is from API. Okay, so this the image is still loading because my internet is lagging, and if the image was null on the API, so the image will be changed by uh, an error icon, and on this homepage also there will be two pages. The first page is business page. The data is about business, and the second page is about sports page. So the news is about sports. Okay, so just let's get into the tutorial of making this application. Okay. First of all, you need to prepare two things, which are the API website, and also the converter, the JSON converter to Dart class. You can use app.quicktype.io, but if you can't open QuickType, you can also open in proxy and type app.quicktype.io, and then you can copy the JSON data you get, and paste it on your QuickType, and and don't forget to change the language into Dart language, and you can just paste your JSON data here, and the website will automatically convert your JSON to Dart class, so that the JSON or the data will be able to will be usable. Okay, there are two things you need to prepare: the API and the converter, and the JSON converter. And after that, you can just open your Visual Studio Code and make a new Flutter project. You can use Terminal CMD, or you can use Wizard. Here I'll use the Wizard one. It is command called, and you can just type Flutter new project. And you can just choose or click empty application, and you need to select a folder to create the project in. Here I'll use the Flutter folder. Select a folder to create project in, and after that, don't forget to name your application. Here I'll name my API or my API apps. Okay. Once you have named your application, you can just click enter, and the Visual Studio Code will creating your project, and you can just waiting until the project is ready. Okay, so here your further project is ready. So uh, the next step is we need to add some libraries like HTTP to take the data or to use asynchronous code. Okay, you can just use command palette also, command palette and dart add dependency. You just type HTTP and the further up will be adding the HTTP library. Okay, we can just wait until the library is in your project here. Okay, the process of taking the library is according to your internet. So if your internet is good, maybe the process will be shorter than my process. Okay, after that you can check at pubs on pubspec YAML. The HTTP is added. Okay, after that, don't forget to try to run your project. Start debugging to see if the project is uh, runnable, but it should be running properly. Okay, because my internet is lagging, so I already prepare. Okay, waiting for the running Gradle task assemble debug and waiting for your project running. Okay, here we got some warning. Three warnings is source value 8 is obsolete and will be removed in a future release. But you can just ignore it. The, you can just ignore the warning because it's nothing. Okay, here the application is running properly. So the next step is you need to make uh, an API folder for net client and also the model for paste your JSON converter, your Dart class like before. You convert JSON to Dart and the Dart class you need to put on you need to put in model class model folder. Okay, here make API folder first and then uh, API client, and after that make model folder and then response news dot dart. Okay, first you need to convert your JSON data to Dart class. You can just use the tools. uh, it is quick type, or if you understand to manually converting your JSON data to Dart class, you can just manually. But if you prefer to use the faster option, you can use QuickType.io because you can just pass and copy code and paste it again on your code. So it's faster than manually converting. Okay. After that, because my internet is lagging, so if I copy this and paste it on this website, the the converted code is not show doesn't show. So I already prepared the code for the converted code one. Here I copy this JSON data and paste it, and this is the result, news result. And then for it also to name your class here. So I name my class news result. So the result is this. Okay. After that, you can just copy the converted converted JSON data and paste it on your model folder. Okay. So if you guys questioning what is this code for, so this code is uh, so this code will check and will check if the data was null. So if the data was null, it's not, it will be canned uh, to your project. So the data that comes to your project will be will not be null. Like this, the authors will not be null, the description will not be null, URL to image once be null, publish at once be null, and the content once be null. Because if you delete this code, so the things that will happen is your application maybe got some error because the JSON data was not always there. So the data is can null also, is nullable also. Like in here, we can check on the API. Nah, we can check on the API website. It's null the ID. So if we don't do this, we don't write this code, your application probably get some error. Might get some error. Okay, after that, after you copy and paste your converted class to your response news dart, your class, the next step is we got to make a class API client class. Okay, it's loading because maybe and you can just waiting. Okay, an API client, and then don't forget to make feature and response news. This news result. Maybe I'll check this class name into response news, and this news already response news, and then fetch news by category. Don't forget to type required string category, and don't forget also to type async keyword because we will do taking data from API. So the process is asynchronous. So we need to type async keyword, and don't forget to type response, or we'll make two variables first, which are the URL of the API. It's this HTTP news API until v2 slash. So you can just copy until v2 slash, and forget to make then constraint API key. So you can just use your API key. If you don't get your API key, so you can just register first, and after that, after once you register your account, The website will give you your API key so that you can uh, take your API key and paste it on your URL. Okay, after that, just type final endpoint, and you can just copy this until API key before equal API key equal API key. And also you need to change the category into your category parameter. Category API key country US, and we'll make the response variable to see if the status code is okay. But before that, don't forget to import your HTTP library, and as HTTP http.get URI parse URL plus endpoint. And after that, we need to make a statement if response status code is 200 or okay. So the response news will convert from JSON to Dart class and input it on your response news class. This on the code response body. But if the status code is not 200 or error, so we can do throw exception. Failed to load news. Don't forget to type return keyword. Okay. If you want to check your code, if your code is working or not, you can make in this project folder test folder to check your code in this API client, is it working properly or not. But I will just skip that test step and just get into the UI, making UI, making UI, making the UI of this application. Okay. After that, you can make a new folder again. It's a widget or UI homepage, homepage.dart, and the class will be stateful because we are gonna use tabs, a button navigation button. So the state must be stateful. Okay, just type homepage and then don't forget to make uh, new variable. It's final current index. After that, just change this into scaffold and up bar. Okay, guys, maybe you can just follow my code. Okay, after that we will make the body of the scaffold. So the body will use feature builder, API client, category is current next round. Okay, guys. So for the homepage is already. So the code for the homepage is finished. So I'll explain you a little about this code. So here in homepage we use stateful widget. to save our current index and change it into 0 and 1, because our application is using two pages, button navigation bar. So the current index will always change. So it needs stateful widget. And after that, in scaffold, there is app bar. So the text of of the app bar will according to the current index. So if the current index is 0, it means the first page, the text will be business news. And if the page is moving, or the current index is 1, so the text will be sport news. And on the body parts, there is feature builder. Why must we use a feature builder? Because the taking data process is asynchronous process, so it needs feature to make the UI. So if you're not using feature, the code, our application will not working properly. Okay, and on the feature parts, on the feature parameter, there is API client class and fetch news by category. And for the category also, will according to the current index. If the current index is 0, it means the first page it's business. And if the current index is 1, or the second page, or the page is moving, the category also will change to sports. And on the builder, there is lambda function. And on the parameter, there are two parameters. It's context and async snapshot. We use async snapshot because it's asynchronous. And in the in this block in this block code, there is if else statements. As you can see here, if this connection state is waiting, so it means the application is still taking the data. So there will be circular progress indicator, and below it will be there will be one text, it's taking data. And if the snapshot has error, or the data is null, so the center will be the application will be shown the error on the center. And else, it means if all things are working properly, we'll make a new one variable, it's news. So our news data will be saved in here. So this news will save snapshot data articles. And below it, we use list view builder to make item list view accord, and the length of the item according to the length of the news we get. And for the item builder, it means the builder of the item. We return the item news widget. And why do we get error in this item news? Because we haven't made the item news widget first. So after this, the next step, we'll make one new widget. It's item news. Okay, so let's just get into the tutorial of making the item news widget. And item news dot dart. And we can just use stateless item news, and you can just follow my code, then I'll explain to you. Okay guys, I just copy paste my code because the code literally are the same, just the same. So here I'll explain you about the item of our list view. So first, it uses status widget because it doesn't need changeable data, and it needs one parameter. It's news data, and then we use gesture detector on the build widget gesture detector because we need to we need to make if the item was clicked, and it must takes to the detail page. Okay, gesture detector, and for the on tap, it's it will take us to the article detail page, and child of the gesture detector will be there will be a container with the padding is all 20, and the margin only bottom is 20 also, and for the color will be light blue, and inside of the container there will be row, and for the left side there will be image, and for the right side there will be news and the authors. There will be news and the authors. Okay, but maybe I will edit a little my code. Okay, guys. So for the item list is finished the code. So before I will just edit a little about this clip array. So the clip array is the parent of the hero, and above the hero there will be image network because we'll use some animations, some little animations. And here we got some error again because we haven't made the article detail page. For the home page, we need to import first this item list. Okay. After that, the last step we need to do is making article detail page. Okay. Uh, you can make one file again. article detail page dart, and it uses stateless widget. Okay guys, so I'll just copy paste my code and I'll explain to you later because the code is literally the same. A detail page, and then okay guys, so I'll explain to you, and don't forget to import this article detail page on your item news. So our last step is finished, and I'll explain you about this page. It's article detail page. So here we use setless widget because it doesn't need the changeable data because this data will be static, and there will be root name. It's actually doesn't need. And in this final news, one parameter it's news data, final news, final news, and for the scaffold for the build widget, will return scaffold, and for the app bar, it's news app. So later on on the detail page, the text will be news app on the app bar. And for the body, it uses single tilt scroll view so that the detail page will be scrollable. And inside of the single child scroll view, there will be one column, and then inside of the columns, there will be padding for make it make a bit space. It's H insets all 10, and inside of the padding, uh, there will be column again. There is text, and there is the title of the news and the image of the news. And after that, the second padding. This is the first padding of our column, and the second padding there will be the description about the news, description, content, this a short description, and this is the content, and this is the publish date, this the authors, and there will be elevated button to read more. So if we click on the button read more button, so it should be takes us to the real websites of the news. But on this video, will not use the article web view because it needs web view. So sometimes if we use web view, we will get some error. So maybe you can try by yourself to use web view. Use web view. Okay. The last step, don't forget to change your home on your main.dart onto home page. Okay. This is our crucial step. It's running our project, so we'll see if our application is working properly or not. Okay, you can just click debug on main.dart. Okay guys, we can just waiting until our application is working. So before we change our previous application, to our new application. Okay, so the application is taking data. Okay, it takes a bit long time. Okay, so our application is working, but the bottom navigation bar, we forgot to add the bottom navigation bar. So we need to add one more step. It's adding bottom navigation bar in your above your body. Bottom navigation bar, bottom navigation bar, items. Or label. Okay guys, so this we add some codes again. It's bottom navigation bar. So in bottom navigation bar there will be bottom navigation bar widget, and for the current index is our current index variable. It's 0. Oh yeah, don't forget to add on tab set state current index. Okay guys, so it's we add some more codes. It's bottom navigation bar. So in bottom navigation bar there is bottom navigation bar widget, and for the current index is our variable current index variable, and for the items there will be two icons. It's business and sports icon, and on tab on bottom navigation bar tab, the current index, our current index variable will be changed to current index on tab. Okay, so we need to restart our application and see if the application is working or not. So guys, sorry, the bottom navigation bar is bottom navigation bar item needs a label, so the label can't be null. Okay, so we just fill the label with business and sports, so that we can restart our application again. Okay, so it's already there are two navigation bar for business and sports, and if we click on the sports page it will take us to the sports news, and if we click one of the item of the list view it will take us to the detail page. detail of the news. Okay, guys, so our application is finished, has done. Maybe you can give it a try, and maybe you can change or customize your UI if the image was no. So maybe it will shows another things than an icon. And as I said before, you can add also web view to, if we click read more button, it will takes us to the real page, real websites, real news websites. Okay, guys, maybe that's all from my tutorial how to take data from API and apply it on your applications, on your Flutter application for the first. Maybe that's all for me. Sorry if I have any mistake, and goodbye.